Well, shaking, folks. Back with another reaction, back with some more Strung Out, and we're returning to their 1994 album, Another Day in Paradise. Once again, shout out to Pauly. I'm just going to remain immensely appreciative. We have multiple Strung Out albums to go through, and this first one is not only Another Day in Paradise, but it also includes on the same disc the skinny years before we got fat, which is to say the material they made before they signed to notable punk rock label Fat Records, run by Fat Mike of NoFX, which I think I just read somewhere that NoFX announced they're doing their final studio album. I think, like, I don't know if it's already out or if it's upcoming, but yeah, I don't follow them super closely. I enjoy some of their stuff from the 80s and 90s, especially some of their 90s stuff, like Punk and Drublick is an album that I've always been very fond of. Nevertheless, I do believe they're like about to call it quits, so interesting there. I don't know if Fat Records, will continue to operate despite NoFX shutting down. I would imagine that to be the case. Nevertheless, back to Strung Out, we're up to a tune on Another Day in Paradise called Broken. It's a single word title. Those do tend to be a bit tougher to, speculate about, but I would say in this case, it makes me think about someone who is broken, someone, whether that's emotionally, psychologically, socially, whether it's internal or more external. It's someone who is not just having problems, but who feels utterly incapable of functioning, not just solving the problem itself, but perhaps functioning in any meaningful sense. Someone is broken. They have, ceased to work in the intended fashion. So, yeah, it sounds like it may be a heavy tune, at least, lyrically. It might still be a rocking, rip-roaring affair, which I would almost expect it to be, even if the lyrics are a bit heavier. So let's find out. This is Strung Out. The tune is Broken, and it's from their 1994 album, Another Day in Paradise. Slapping bass at the beginning. Really interesting. Oh yeah. It's a really unconventional rhythm. I liked it. Shower me in denial? Is that what you said? Maybe more internal? Like some promises and some other things, like something that might be external too. Again, I am starting to get a sense of the way they roll sonically. Still early days, and still lots to hear. But yeah, the way they just sort of transition and they, change tempos on a dime, and ultimately the dynamic nature of their sort of like blistering melodic punk rock, I am getting a bit of a sense for beyond what I knew from me listening to Twisted by Design many years ago. So, yeah, really cool tune. Again, it sounds like maybe it was both internal and external factors, people's broken promises and, what was it, showering him with, what was it? I forget what the concept was. But yeah, it sounds like there was maybe some external stuff, but if you're talking about voices in your head, then perhaps also, it's psycho-emotional too. Perhaps there are swirling forces inside, so that have led to you being broken. But yeah, really cool tune sonically. Got to listen to it some more lyrically. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the rest of this album now that I am getting a sense of their sound, like straight out of the gate on Fat. Again, maybe when we go through the skinnier stuff, it'll have a bit of a different sound. I would not be surprised. But at the same time, I feel like this is maybe a little bit different from what I remembered feeling and experiencing listening to Twist About Design years back. But I can like feel like the evolution toward what I'm remembering a bit better now that I've started to go through this album. So that's a long way of I'm saying I'm enjoying the journey. Once again, shout out to Paulie. I really do appreciate it. Let me know what you think of the song. I will see you next time. Peace.